right, everybody, get ready, because we are diving headfirst into the world of AI for CX.
AI for CX.
You know, like using AI to make those customer experiences so good, they got to tell everybody.
Yeah, and not just talking about it like theoretically, we're really going to dig into how businesses are using it right now.
Exactly. And you know, everybody's going on and on about AI, but we found this episode from
We're
ZenCast.
all about CX, right?
Yeah, all about customer experience. They really get into the weeds on how to use it with actual examples.
Practical applications, yeah.
Yeah, they even had this like top 10 list of ways businesses are using AI to step up their CX game.
Okay, and instead of just like, I don't know, glossing over it, we're going to unpack some of those examples that really stood out.
Totally. One of them that just stopped me in my tracks was this company using AI to personalize the onboarding process for new customers.
Oh, interesting.
And get this, they saw a 20% increase in customer retention just in the first month.
20%. Wow, that's huge. That really shows how much of a difference AI can make. It wasn't just about making it automatic, it was using AI to figure out what each customer needed and making their onboarding perfect for them.
Yeah, like having a personal onboarding expert for every single customer, but without the headache of actually, hiring all those people.
Exactly. That's what's so amazing about using AI for CX. It lets businesses give everyone that personal touch without breaking the bank.
Absolutely. And speaking of scale, another thing that really jumped out from that ZenCast episode was how this one company was using AI to analyze all their customer feedback.
All of it.
Yeah. Not just simple surveys, but we're talking social media comments, online reviews, even those chat logs that make you want to pull your hair out.
Oh, I know those. That's
Yeah.
where AI is really useful, right?
Right.
It can go through mountains of data like that and find the important stuff that would take us humans, like forever.
Right. And they were talking about how this company was using a tool, kind of like Clients In, to analyze all that feedback in real time so they could spot trends and issues immediately.
Well, that real-time part is key.
Yeah.
Being able to react right away, that's how you stay ahead of problems.
It's like you can see what your customers want before they even have to say it. Okay, so now that we've got a sense of what's possible, let's dig a little deeper into the how behind AI for CX. So we've seen how AI can really shake things up when it comes to onboarding and looking at feedback. But what about the actual nitty-gritty? Like, how does AI actually make your CX better?
Well, one area where it really shines is this thing called sentiment analysis. Remember those chat logs we were talking about?
Oh, yeah, the ones that make you want to, like, scream into a pillow.
Exactly. AI can actually go through those, plus social media, emails, anything you've got, and tell you not just what your customers are saying, but how they feel about it.
It's like AI can read between the lines and pick up on those vibes.
You got it. So let's say someone sends an email about a late shipment. AI can figure out if they're just a little annoyed or if they're about to jump ship.
That's huge. Because if they're only a little annoyed, you can probably smooth things over, maybe toss in a discount code. But if they're ready to bolt, you gotta bring out the big guns.
For sure. And the best part, sentiment analysis can happen in real time. Imagine having like a dashboard lighting up the second someone starts getting negative. You could step in and fix things before they even become a problem.
Okay, I see how powerful this is, but how does it work? How can AI read emotions? I mean, it's not like it actually feels things, right?
Right, it doesn't feel emotions the way we do, but it can recognize patterns in the way people write that show how they're feeling. It's kind of like teaching a computer to tell the difference between a smile and a frown. But instead of faces, it's looking at words, punctuation, even emojis.
So if someone sends an email with a bunch of exclamation points and those angry face emojis, AI knows they're not happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the opposite is true too. If someone's using words like amazing and delighted, along with happy emojis, that's a good sign.
This is starting to feel like that scene in The Matrix where they're seeing all that green code, but instead of code, it's customer emotions, which is kind of cool.
I like that analogy. But unlike the Matrix, this tech is already here, and businesses are using it to up their CX game.
Didn't the ZenCast people give some examples?
Oh yeah, they did. There was this one company that used sentiment analysis and saw this huge spike in negative feedback about a new feature they'd just rolled out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Because they caught it early, they were able to fix the problem and even tweak the feature based on what people were saying, and that saved their butts.
It's like they say, happy customers tell a friend, unhappy customers tell the internet.
And you know that's true. Especially these days, bad reviews can spread like wildfire, so being able to jump on those issues quickly is more important than ever.
Totally. Okay, before we get too lost in all these customer emotions, let's switch gears a bit. and talk about another way AI can help out. We got to talk about customer churn. So, customer churn, right? Those moments when a customer is like, see ya, and takes their business elsewhere. Oof, it's like the ultimate business heartbreak, right?
And you know, they say about heartbreak, sometimes you can see it coming.
Oh, totally. Like
Well,
those little red flags you try to ignore.
exactly.
Mm.
And that's where AI can be super helpful.
Hmm.
Remember how we were talking about sentiment analysis and how it can process tons of data? Well, it can use that same power to predict things like who's going to churn.
So instead of just reacting to bad news, AI can actually predict which customers are most likely to leave before they even do anything.
You got it. It's all about identifying those at-risk customers early on
Yeah.
so you can swoop in and try to keep them happy.
It's like having a crystal ball for customer loyalty. That's got to be a relief, instead of always wondering why'd they leave.
Totally. And ZenCast had this awesome example of a subscription box company that used AI to look at all sorts of customer data, like what they were buying, what they were clicking on, even how often they hit up customer service.
Okay, so they found their at-risk group, but then what? Did they just shower them with discounts?
Not quite. It's
Hmm.
not about just throwing random incentives out there. It's
Yeah.
about understanding why someone might leave. And the AI actually discovered that this particular group of customers was really price sensitive and they wanted more variety.
So they were able to personalize their approach, maybe offer a cheaper subscription or highlight different products.
Exactly. They used those AI insights to tailor their communication. And guess what? Churn went down significantly in that customer segment.
Wow, so it's about using AI to make smarter decisions instead of just flying blind.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we've covered a ton of ground today. From personalized onboarding to sentiment analysis to predicting churn, my mind is officially blown. But before we go, what are the big takeaways you want our listeners to remember?
I think the biggest one is that AI isn't some futuristic dream. It's here, it's now, and it's already changing the game when it comes to CX. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, you got to know how to use it.
Yeah, it's like that saying, knowledge is power, but in this case, it's AI knowledge is CX power.
I like that. And one last thought, as AI keeps getting smarter, who knows what's next for CX? It's a pretty exciting time to be in the business of making those customer experiences amazing.
Totally. The possibilities are endless. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI for CX, and until next time, keep those customer experiences stellar.